up? Thank you for joining us today. Kendra, say hi.
Hi, good morning.
Hi.
Afternoon. Merry Christmas.
Is that what it is? A Christmas time podcast. And I thought it was important to, kind of get a podcast out. We didn't do one Saturday because of the vacation. So we already did Christmas. So it feels like everything's so much easier now that it's done already. It's like just another day. Yeah, you feel the pressure on everyone else, and today it's like we're just relaxing. Had a good holiday, and how was your holiday? Good.
It was a wonderful holiday. Sorry, I'm listening to us.
How are we coming in? Are we loud enough?
I think we're loud enough. I mean, I need to speak.
You haven't talked yet.
Yeah.
You haven't talked yet. So okay, so you have a microphone cover. That's A1, and behind you.
Merry Christmas.
Let's keep it pushing. We have why don't we explain to people what that is?
This is.
It's hard to see.
It's electric kettle.
It's electric kettle. What is it? So it heats up water.
It does.
Why don't you turn that bad boy on because we're gonna get some coffee going.
All right, let's.
So now we can brew the coffee live on the air. I can't. It's hard to tell, but yeah.
See the light? Oh, well,
Nope.
It lights up blue. It's really nice.
Okay, so it'll take like what, 8 minutes to boil coffee here?
Less than. It's like 6 minutes if the water's warmish. So
Less than 6 minutes. All right, tons of topics today. I kind of want to get through them so we can get to relaxed time. But let's just hit off, starting off with the topics. Do you want to shoot first today, or should I? Or do you have anything you want to say right now? Lead off.
I would like for you to lead off, I guess. I did not have anything extra that I wanted.
Is that thing going to be that loud? Probably.
Yes, it's going to be that loud.
I know, it's pretty loud. All right, so basically things from the internet this week. Let me see where I want to start here. Let's start with Elon Musk. Okay?
For the last year or so, the story of Tesla
Musk every single week. Something new comes up in the world of Elon Musk, right?
It's like Bruce Wayne. You got to find out what's going on.
Is it?
Yeah.
You say Bruce Wayne?
Like Batman. Yeah.
I don't find that I have to find out everything that's going on in Bruce Wayne's life.
No, I'm trying to compare Elon Musk to Bruce Wayne, but
because he's rich,
yes,
and powerful, and he's not wearing hockey pads. I just watched Batman, and that's what he says about the other fake Batmans. He's like, "What's the difference between me and you?" And they're like other guys trying to solve crime with guns. He's like, "I'm not wearing hockey pads." Anyway, this came back from I think November 30th. Now Elon just unveiled this tunnel in space underneath Hawthorne, California, where you can drive with Hoda in the car, and it goes underneath the city of LA to alleviate traffic, right? This system of tunnels. And this is a little video on the Gigafactory that he's got, right? It's the biggest building in the world. He wants to build 7 or over a dozen Gigafactories. So he's kind of an innovator, so they can take a piece of steel, mold it into everything they have, and come out with a car or a battery on the other side. So this is what they're doing, building these huge factories, and they build the factories bit by bit. Even with them doing some innovating. There you go. You see a picture there. And to me, I look at it and I'm like, what? That's the largest building in the world? But, I mean, this is probably, it's super massive.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
this
those are cars.
This is an aerial view of it right here we're looking at, which something like 8 football fields or something like that inside it. 12 football fields. Anyway, it's just absolutely huge, so I thought I'd catch us up. What do you think about these giant, massive buildings from start to finish getting things done?
Well, I mean, only if it's cost efficient for both the community and the company do I think it should really be done. It seems, I mean, I've always been frustrated when I see old or empty decaying buildings, and sometimes I'd like to see those torn down and rebuilt. This being as large as it was, I can imagine it was chosen not only for the fact that they wanted to do something new, but also they needed a lot of space. Did they? Well,
it's cost effective too. They want to do it cheaper, right? So they're just trying to figure out, if nobody's got batteries, how are we going to supply it? This is a look at the Hyperloop. This isn't quite what they have in California, but where him and Hoda were driving on it. So I think it's cool. He's obviously driving technology and innovation, and I hope he's having a very Merry Christmas.
Now, are cars going to be in all of those little tubes there?
I don't know if they'll be in the Hyperloops. The prototype tunnel, let me see. Yeah, the Boring Company did it underneath Hawthorne. No, it's only it's short. It's only 700 yards right now, and she said it was quite scary. First ride's in the Boring Tunnel, maybe?
So she did not enjoy the ride then?
Well, yeah. She was kind of freaking out. This guy looks like he's doing well.
This is the future. Welcome to Hawthorne, California. This is a weird thing. I flew all the way.
All YouTubers do that. Oh, and then this one,
Namaste.
maybe this one. I don't know. Get your hand movements out of my face. Did you? So they ride in the tunnel. And on media day, Elon was there. That's nice. He got to see Elon. That's pretty good. Spin us around. Too much FaceTime. But anyway, yeah, they ride through the tunnel. It sits on these cars. They shoot it through. It was a lot more bumpier than I thought it would look. You know?
Really?
Yeah, a little bit more bumpy.
And how is it they traverse via magnets now?
No.
No?
The sled. They're pulled on a sled.
Oh.
Right. Yeah. So there you go. Pulled on a sled. Let's continue on, shall we? That's where we started. Anything for you? You want to jump in?
Not in the Elon Musk. That's your baby.
We're
You
done.
You got it.
We're
Okay.
done.
Oh well, so you're asking me if I'd like to shoot next?
Yes.
I can. I
Okay.
certainly have thought about one thing. It's been plaguing my mind as the holiday has grown closer and closer, and it is why on earth we would decide to bring in living beings into our homes and just hang things as decoration onto them. I'm talking about Christmas trees, people.
Oh, living beings. I was like, what are you hanging cats?
Oh, no.
I got a nice video of that.
Christmas
okay.
trees.
So the story of the Christmas tree.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's so funny.
Do you know that you now know the story of the Christmas tree?
I
Let me get us back
do.
to
I
normal.
do have the story of the
A
Christmas
little
tree
bit,
in front of
okay.
me. Yeah. So I do find it funny that, of course, we're deciding to bring in this plant in the wintertime when it's cold, and then it just so happens that it's the driest that it's ever going to be near the coldest time of the year. Now, this is not the origins of the Christmas tree, people. This is me saying, this is funny.
What are
think
you
it's
saying?
funny.
You're saying it's dry in the house right now?
It's dry in the house. It's a burn hazard, is what I'm
Well,
saying.
we have humidifiers for that, but you're saying bring in the tree dries out. Watering the tree doesn't help it all that much?
Not as much as you'd like. I mean,
I just watched Christmas Vacation. He has the tree go up in flames after his grandpa smokes a stogie by it, but they dry out.
They
yeah,
do.
It's okay. So
so
what are you saying?
well, I will get to that point.
Okay.
But first, I'm going to get into the actual origins of the Christmas tree. Now, apparently, this comes from the Scandinavian tradition. This is specifically like German tradition. And people
Okay.
brought in the Christmas tree or fir because it was a symbol of Christmas. It was a symbol of life lasting through the winter time. And it was also a symbol of the Scandinavian god Boulder, Boulder of the sun.
Boulder of the sun. It was his symbol?
It was a sun, yes.
The
he was
Christmas tree or just like an evergreen?
like an evergreen.
Ah.
So he was the sun god.
I
So
like
you
it.
would bring these trees into your home in an effort to appease the sun god because you wanted the sun to come back.
Right.
Is the story that it would go.
By the way, you're dressed up kind of nice today.
Thanks.
What's that about?
Merry Christmas.
Is
That's
it
what
Christmas?
that's what about.
Okay, nice.
Yeah,
I put on a
wore,
coat.
I wore an evening gown to my work Christmas party, and so I felt as though I would be shuffling it if I didn't wear some kind of evening
You had
gown.
to dress up.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So I mean, you almost got the velvet green evening gown again, but no, I went with red lace.
Very
Anyway,
nice.
so that's where the actual story of the Christmas tree comes from. Now, I think this is a weak explanation, and like, oh well, it was has to do with cultural tradition. I feel like there's a lot of times where when we don't know the answer to something, we'll just say, oh, it's just a cultural thing. Even in modern era, I would feel like, you know, people have a hard time relating to each other. They'll just say, oh, well, it's a cultural thing. Their culture is just different than mine. I think it's a much more likely hypothesis. Again, this is not true.
What?
That the Christmas tree was brought in because we needed that sucker to burn when it got cold.
Well,
You can only store so much wood outside without it covering up areas and being ridiculous. So might as well just bring an extra tree into the home, burn it up when it gets dry.
maybe you already were cutting down trees. You know, maybe. Oh, that's meme-tastic. Maybe you already were cutting down trees, and it just you decided to decorate to put something on. I mean, maybe right. The tree came first.
Yeah.
not because of the season, right? So, and you're saying it was a handy to have in the season because you'd had extra firewood. Is it from the Nordic countries? I mean, it has to be if it's evergreen. I mean,
Yeah.
does the evergreen mean a Christmas tree or the meaning of the tree itself?
Well, just the evergreen in general meant life living past, through the winter time, because the winter could be so harsh and cold, and especially in the Scandinavian countries, it gets dark.
Well,
for
everything
extended
seems
periods
to
of time.
go back to like anti-Christian or what do they call those old pagan, right?
Yes,
This-
pagan cultures. Yeah,
That's what it seems like. All
traditions.
those usually come back to that. Was like if you go old enough. So was it? Did you find anything? What was the merit of your finding? I mean, you said that you thought. Am I correct in saying this? That you thought Christmas trees would be there because it's handy firewood.
Yes, that is what I
Is that
thought.
the okay?
That was my hypothesis.
Is it right? Was it correct?
No,
Ah,
that is not.
it's not why.
No, they just give the general reasoning of, it was a symbol. It was a cultural tradition and a symbol done at this time of year for the winter solstice.
That's pretty kind of vague.
Well, yeah. So that's all the more reason why I feel like my reasoning is just as logical as for the winter solstice.
Yeah, people wonder what it's like to live with you. Your reasoning's better than what they give. You're like, there was firewood there.
They talked about Romans having a feast in honor of
Oh,
Saturn.
check
right
it out.
around
Coffee
this time.
is done. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But more important, pressing matters.
Does the audience see the bubbling?
They should. No, they should. Let's hold it up. Oh, yeah. We see the bubbling. It's Look at that. How did we get a clock on that? We haven't been live for too long. We've been live for, I don't know, just under 15 minutes. 12 minutes, so. It used to take like a half hour to boil water, or longer. I don't know. It took a long time. I don't know. Is this an ad? We're trying to get. Okay, these are people chopping down trees. Christmas fail compilation. So.
Well, it's kind of funny because as late as the 1840s, Christmas trees were not embraced by Americans because they were considered pagan. 1840s.
So we didn't embrace Christmas trees until 1850.
Basically.
And it probably started slow. I hear It's a Wonderful Life, Miracle on 34th Street.
Well, those are even 100 years later, actually.
Every single Christmas movie you've seen since then. It's all about, look at this, man, the holidays. I think it's just a great time to hang out with family. And I was always worried about hanging out with friends early on, but now it's like, it's more about family than it's ever been. It's cool to hang out with family. It's actually like, I really want to do it, How is that? Let's show them how you do this now. So you pour the grounds in, and then you got to let it sit, right? Oh, you're not pressing it right now, are you?
No.
Oh, and you got to let it sit for 5 minutes like a tea, and then you push it on down, and it stoops. Yeah. Super stoops. Let me see if I can get this on full screen. Let me see. All right. So I got Brony Stark up this week because they talk about, the meme-tastic Robert Downey Jr. Even PewDiePie mentioned how much people are memeing on Robert Downey Jr. thinking like he's like the ultimate, which is fine. Which is fine. He looks like kind of looks like me. I'm not saying he does, but I'm saying people come up to me and tell me that. So I'm okay with him being the meme-tastic. All right. Anything else to take away from the Christmas tree session?
No.
And the fact that they didn't use it for firewood.
They did not. Surprisingly, no evidence suggests.
Okay, but
other than my own hypothesis.
See, you told me something different that evidently burning a Christmas tree is awesome. Like I had never burned one.
I've never burned a Christmas tree.
Somebody says, "Have you ever burned it? It goes up so fast, like it's the best."
Wasn't it Steve?
Somebody
Miller?
said it's the best thing to burn. Yeah, maybe Mr. Steve Miller said that, but yeah. So it was like goes up really, really fast and like is the best type of like kindling you could get. A Christmas tree. So there you go. I mean, Christmas trees on the holidays. Any other takeaways, Kendra, while I segue into the next topic
one
here?
thing that I do find another piece that's very interesting to me, and I didn't realize this, is apparently Christmas trees became popular in the United States after it became really popular in Britain as well. At the time, Queen Victoria was a pretty popular lady when it came to fads and traditions. And she married Prince Albert. And he was a German prince. He was the one that had the Christmas tree in their royal palace for the first time ever. And because Queen Victoria was such a popular queen.
Prince Albert.
Yes, Prince Albert.
He's the one that piercing's named after, isn't it?
Yes.
It is, right? It's the one where you get the thing through the...
Yep. That's the one.
Imagine that being your dynasty.
I mean, it depends on who you ask. I don't think that's his dynasty.
Dynasty. Nah, probably it's a little bit a part of his dynasty. No matter how good your dynasty is, you're always going to be the penis piercing guy.
That's true.
Prince Albert. There you have it, folks. Yeah, Sarah. Okay, I guess I wanted to find something like Christmassy to put up, maybe for the background. Here we go. Let's do this one. Let's put this one up on the background. All right. So it is Christmas, and I have a few what I call topics that are palate cleansers that are real short, real sweet. Oh, that looks nice. See, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nice
That looks real nice.
star.
And if you're listening to us, you can find this video podcast, a vlogcast. I don't know what it's called. You can find it on our website, shootthemessenger.net. And that's how professional we are, because I know all the websites that we broadcast on. Okay, so my topics are listed as follows. See, I'm doing so much. I'm probably doing too much here. I have many, many topics today.
Yep. That's what I hear. I'm excited to get into them.
Thank you for the segue. I appreciate it. So let me just click on.
Would you like for me to continue to?
Well, in the world of Elon Musk, no, I'm ready. I got it. We're good. Elon Musk. Okay, we were just there. I just wanted to show this. It's going to be happening to a lot more people. It's there's no gas. It's an electric car. I like this guy's laugh too. He's got a real nice laugh. It's an electric car, and how many pumps will people stop at and look? It does seem like to me, and look up for a place to fill it. She can't find. This woman is kind of looks like hungover, looking for a place to fill up her car, and there's no spot. At least they made it not as similar so that you would accidentally fill up.
Well, it looks like later on she kind of tries, but it seems like you can't really. I mean,
No, not at all. Oh, so you've seen this. Okay.
yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, in the world of Elon Musk, a lot of us having electric cars. And it got me thinking, like, you can't do the 60-second stop that you can with the other ones and just, fill up. You can't do that with electric car. You got to stop for, like, an hour and a half or something like that.
I thought it was they had the supercharge or whatever for the.
How long does it take to supercharge?
Yeah.
I don't know how long it takes to supercharge.
Well, I'll look it up.
You're going to look it up. So, yeah, you can supercharge your Tesla and get it going. This guy's having a field day over here. Look she's trying to put it. She's trying to get it on in there. Go ahead. She can't. She's looking. And that's going to be a lot of Americans coming up soon. She just was the first.
It's very unfortunate that she is so young.
Somebody's going to spray gas all over the side of their car. And she's probably older. She might not be young. You don't know that.
You're right, but she looks awfully young.
She dresses weird, but she dresses like somebody who would have a lot of money. And a Tesla. It's kind of spoiled, maybe just taken care of. She could be 40 and live at home with her daddy that buys everything. Who knows?
Daddy, you're right.
Hey, there she popped the trunk. Oh, she popped the trunk. She's looking everywhere. This guy's probably laughing so loud. It might be staged. You never know. All right, how long does it take to charge a Tesla?
20 minutes to charge 50%.
50%, so that'd be 40 minutes for the whole thing?
40 minutes to charge 80%. 75 minutes to 100%.
Okay.
So about an hour and some change.
So you got to stop and eat, and then you can drive like a 30 more minutes. All right, so I want to share that little palate cleanser for us right there. And we can continue on. It is the holidays, and check this out for the arts and crafters in the world and in your life. A nice, easy, you go to mom and dad's, and you can set this tree up for yourself. Just a series of planks as you go shorter and you go taller. Put them over, and then looks like they're kind of in a southern state. Pretty warm there, right? Yeah. Nice warm sunshine. And you slowly move them. It just seems like something you would make with blocks on your way up. But obviously, the spacing matters a lot. So.
Well, and where would you store that? My goodness.
What do you mean?
How would you store it?
Did you see how he started?
Well, yeah, it was.
He started all
just
together.
It
started all together, and then you move them piece by piece. See, boom. It's just
but
okay.
Still, that's giant.
So you just
piece
get
of
all the
wood.
board, and you can cut some of them in half. By the time you get to this, you can just buy these longer boards and chop them in half, and then you got 2 for 1, so half the money. Yeah, it's a pretty cool idea, and then kind of just shave them off.
Appreciate it a lot. The way that it looks.
You know, they just kind of slowly push it over. Looks like they go one full plank length each time they go up. Do they get smaller planks as they go up, or are they still this fat? It looks still this fat. Same thing all the way up. Simple idea. When I was at the doctor's growing up, they would always have that tub of wooden blocks. Did you ever see those growing up? Because I grew up in the 80s and 90s.
Well, I mean, wooden blocks have always been around. Do you have?
Are they still
specific
around?
thing?
I
Yeah.
don't see them.
Oh yeah, they're still around. in
You
the
think
right
they're still
places.
around?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't go to the pediatrics office, but the wood blocks, the wood ones, the ones with the
There's-
archway,
yeah.
and you got the
Some of them are cylinders.
Yes. I don't know if it's just because we live in the wooded area that those things existed, but yeah, it's I was wondering about that. So they are around, you think, eh?
Oh, I do think.
Do you know? You don't have any kids.
The last time I spent time in a school classroom was 2013. So
Okay.
it's been about 5 years. But as of 5 years ago, they had wood blocks in the preschool rooms.
Okay.
Like during free play and stuff, the kids were allowed to like pick whatever toys they wanted out of whatever basket, and there was a basket of blocks. As
like
of
it.
5 years ago.
Okay, all right, onto the world of Tic Tok. I hate it, but we're going to talk about it right now. Is the coffee ready? Yeah.
We're gonna say that the coffee is ready.
I'm going to need a little coffee right now then.
Yeah,
Okay,
me
so in the meantime, in the meantime, you can watch these funny TikToks right here, and we'll get to know them real quick, okay? Check these out.
Let me hit it, bro, please, bro.
We'll discuss in a second.
I'm at the mall, I'm S-I-N-G.
Is a house bigger or smaller than a car?
Bigger.
Spell bigger twice.
B-I-G-G-E-R, B-I-G-G-E-R.
Who's Winnie the Pooh's orange and black friend?
Tigger.
Who do cops shoot?
What's wrong? What is this, advertisement? Yeah, here. Yeah.
Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog.
I want to drink that, Jeremy. Why not? Because then you'll never be with her.
You are the person I want to be with every day.
This is me 1 day into veganism. This is me day 2 on veganism. This is me 3 days into veganism. Day 4.
All right, so let's break some of this down a little bit. Do you know what they're doing right there?
No.
Waluigi didn't make it into Super Smash Brothers, so he's singing Hallelujah. He's feeling sorry for himself. There are so many different kinds of TikToks, and they're mostly meme-tastic. There's one that they like to deep fry things. Let me pull this up. I used a song that some songs are meme-tastic, and they make them into something else, like, you know this game where you hold this up, where you hold your circle, with your.
Make them look.
No, and on my day, you had to do it below the shoulders, and when they looked at the circle, you would tap twice, hit them on the shoulder twice, and wipe. That was way back in the day. I have too many tabs open, but here we go. The song's called Breakbot. Let's break into this meme right now. So they use this, and as soon as the beat changes, they deep fry it, which means they go full max on the volume and then some, so it sounds all distorted. But here we go. Here's the song.
I thought I had it all together,
Pretty song.
but I was led astray. The day you walked away, you were the clock that was ticking in my home. Changed my state of mind. When love's so hard to find, your feelings changed
And then
like
boom.
the weather.
As soon as it hits that beat change right there, boom, 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 it goes right into like some distortion and stuff like that. Anyway, TikTok, I don't know what to think, man. It's like the way, it's the next wave of YouTubers, memers,
Too bad I
Viners.
didn't know my penis was small because now I'm
What?
hanging out
I mean,
with
it's just
my.
another form of self-expression.
Kids, what did we do when we were kids to embarrass ourselves? We didn't broadcast it nationally to everybody,
Well, it depends on who was around.
Do you think they're more creative
No.
Because they have more tools to be creative. Do you think that makes them, and they see, they can see what somebody in California is doing, so they can, riff on that and do it themselves, right?
I mean, I think a creative kid is a creative kid. I think that they do have more opportunity for creation, but that the amounts of creativity is no more or less than there would have been. Yeah, definitely this gives them a platform. Self-expression is a thing. I don't really get it because, it's definitely like a little bit younger than... But I feel like I remember MySpace memes and understanding
LeBron
social media
James asked me,
back in the
"Do you
day.
want a Sprite cranberry?" I said, "Of course, my friend. It's Christmas time, so let's be merry."
Sorry, I had to listen. We'll see.
Trapping out the back street, running through the patch like a trap meet. Full of
Pieces up. Yeah, I don't know. It's what the kids are doing, man. I could say I don't know all day long. I just wanted to talk about it and be like, is this original? Is this originality? Or are they just meme on each other all day? Are you getting comedy from all these different cities throughout the United States, Europe, and the whole world, and they're trying to like create the best funny, what they think is funny, things they've maybe just seen for the first time, or the memes that are kind of elusive to what's happening in the adult world. Let's see.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
howdy.
Hey.
Gamers, rise up!
Hi, good evening. I'm auditioning for my favorite musical of all time, Les Miserables, and right here you'll find my resume and my audition form. I'll start my monologue. This isn't a beach. This is a bathtub.
I guess you wonder where I've been. I searched to find the love within.
See, they do duets too. We're sitting here watching these random.
LeBron James asked me, "Do you want a Sprite cranberry?" I said, "Of course, my friend. It's Christmas time, so let's be merry."
So somebody does it seriously. Oh, this is okay. This is one. Is that you in high school? Is that you in high school?
Maybe.
See, you're lucky they didn't have this. Look at that. Full make, and kids love to do this.
Yeah, it was. I'm sure
You would have
I
loved to
would've
do
had
this.
a great time.
Full it almost looks like Stanley from Kiss. Yeah,
Oh, see, I was thinking more along the lines of The Crow.
The Crow, but Kiss follows in that same line.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for.
And then Pikachu shows
till
up.
I'm drunk, smoke till I'm high. Castle
New
on
meme.
the hill,
New meme alert.
wake up in the sky. You can't tell me I ain't fly. You can't tell me I ain't fly. I know.
Big Chungus. All of a sudden, Big Chungus is the meme. And
Fat Bugs
it's a
Bunny.
fat Bugs Bunny. Big Chungus is the meme. I think we're going to leave on Big Chungus. How's your coffee?
It's delicious.
Is it delicious? How many more topics you bring today?
That was it. You said you had it. You
Yeah,
got
no,
it.
I got it. I got more topics. Yeah, Big Chungus. We're gonna stop on Big Chungus, but the thing is, like, the memes change every week. That's the deal. It doesn't even stay the same. And learning the memes has been taking months with my old ass. But it's like some of these things I would say to adults in the world, or if you tried to talk to them, they ain't gonna get it.
No.
Huge disconnect happening right now between generations, I would say. So I'll keep my eye on it. It's where the kids are, it's what they're doing, but it's just so weird. That's a meme on a meme right there. Deep fry. Okay, so they're gonna when I say deep fry, they're gonna deep fry this right here. Okay, this is gonna be a deep fried sound.
Gender.
Okay, so now you know. So now you know we did it for science and we blew out your speakers. But there you go.
That is
Meme
deep fried.
country in the world of TikTok. PewDiePie covered it first. I'm just the messenger. Don't shoot me. I'm just here to tell you what's going on in the world. I mean, more of what this is about. I think as we go on, like I kind of like that. Like I'm just here to tell you what it's about, right?
I like it.
Have you heard of the game Fortnite?
I hear it's like not a really popular game. I do hear that it is.
Well, it's being
got
sued right
seasons.
now. It's being sued right now.
Sued? What for?
The Carlton dance right here. Boom, we'll bring it up. So it's a simple dance made popular by the Carlton, right? Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Carlton Banks. Okay. Let me make sure this is all the way up. Okay, yeah, there it is. The Fortnite dance. Not unusual. Oh, and there he is. There he is,
Even
doing
did
the
on
Carlton
Dancing
dance.
with the Stars.
Yeah, I'm on Dancing with the Stars. Now, did he do the other move? There it is. There it is. It's perfectly stolen from him. So
Yeah.
he's suing, and we all hope he gets his money, right?
Yeah.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I want to get his money. Problem
Solved.
not solved. Check this out. You want to see something sweet? Look how many games have featured. Now, Fortnite's just the latest and greatest of a long line of video games that have featured the Fortnite Carlton dance. So, without further ado, from the inception of the French Prince of Bel-Air Carlton dance, 1991, here is a list of games that have introduced the Fortnite dance. Rift in 2011 did the Carlton dance. Saints Row the Third, 2011. Guild Wars 2, Carlton dance, 2012. And then we're moving on to League of Legends, added in 2012. That did the Carlton dance as well. Uncharted 3 in 2012, Carlton dance. Destiny, Carlton dance. These are going to get sued too. Doom 2016, Carlton dance. Not to mention Team Fortress 2, added in 2016, not part of the original. Watch Dogs 2, added in 2017. Uncharted 4, added to 2017. We're getting closer. And then Fortnite. NBA 2K18 also had it. Forza Horizon 4 had it. It all started from 1991. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the Carlton dance. So, I ask you, should all these games be sued now? Does that change your opinion?
I think they would be wise to take the dance down if the lawsuit persists.
Okay.
I don't know if I think that they should
Take
all
it
be
down.
sued.
Do you think he deserves any money?
Yes. Yeah, totally. If the court decides that he deserves money for the Fortnite dances, why wouldn't he deserve money for all the other ones? Because it's still his intellectual property.
Okay. All right. So this is a hot topic right now. I mean, you know this dance as well, right?
The floss.
The floss. Are we up on screen here? We getting the floss dance down? Who made this?
Well, it's made popular by Backpack Kid.
So he's suing too. Problem. When the Backpack Kid do his thing? You think last year?
2013.
2013. See, Backpack Kid was not the first. This is the first. So this kid should sue. Back in 2011. Look at him. Mashed potato.
Mashed potato. Mashed potato. Mashed potato. Mashed potato.
Yeah, getting it. Okay, so he was the first, so he's gonna get all the money. So the question is, can you sue over a dance? And do you have the right, the artistic right? I think those who made it popular should have a right to it, but there's only so many moves you can do.
Sure, but I mean,
I bet you're not gonna be able to breathe, and somebody was gonna be what?
There's going to be intellectual differences. Like there's going to be somebody's going to have a type of flair. And it's going to change the way the dance is done. I feel like the Fortnite dance is very on point for the Carlton. Like it does all the dance moves.
It does
and it's
everything from to the ending where he's doing this. Yeah, it's exactly on. So he definitely deserves that.
Yeah, it's not a nod in Fortnite's case. It's like the whole dance, start to finish, and that I think is definitely like dirty.
Right, and this actually, look at this. Check this out. Even further back. Further back.
All right, whatever.
2010.
2010. From Max Castillo. And Max Castillo learned it from some guy in FALC.
It's probably fake.
Or at FA. NASC, National Association of Student Councils. You want your feet shoulder width apart, just about. Shift. Shift. Shift.
There you go.
Shift.
Mashed potato. And he's doing it how everybody does it nowadays, but I don't know. I can almost not even believe that. You know, it was uploaded and published in 2018, 2010. Backpack Kid, Sue's Epic Games, Mashed Potato Man, Sue's Backpack Kid, and you Sue's Mashed Potato Man. I love that. Go ahead.
Well, it seems kind of shady that it's so perfect, but these things kind of take momentum. You know, it takes a while for something to
This guy says it was a dance in the clubs back in South Texas in the early 1990s. So fuck all these kids. People call it the floss. Shit is old. Some old Mexican probably showed the Backpack Kid how to dance. LOL. So anyway, yeah. I mean, it's hard. I mean, there are only so many freaking moves you can do with your body. Eventually, you know, they're all going to be taken up, and you have you know, when they use your likeness and your moves in a game, I think at that point they can, okay? All right, you ready?
Ready.
Palate cleanse. Told you I got the show today. You like gingerbread?
I will eat gingerbread, yes.
Excuse me for being rude and burping into the mic. It's the coffee. But look at this. Look at this dog interrupting the parade here.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, me interrupting. There he goes. And he just will not. Yeah. Spent time in a house with 4 dogs this holiday season, and they just were like rambunctious with each other. And we had an old dog who was trying to get out of the way, but yeah, it's they get nuts, and this is hilarious. I think this is what holiday parades are all about. These guys definitely played it all up really, really good.
Yeah.
So there you go.
The dog is like, I want the gingerbread. I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, basically the dog is, if you're listening, the dog is running through the parade, you know, grabbing onto the gingerbread, which sounds pretty good about now. I did eat my mom's Swedish meatballs or barbecue meatballs earlier that she sent me home with. I was really happy she did that. So some you know, some eats.
Nice.
What do you think?
Christmas classics.
Yeah.
Yeah, Swedish meatballs was always a Christmas classic in my household.
Well, they're not Swedish, I
Nope.
guess. These are barbecue meatballs, but you know, look at that tree. It's not even snowing outside. Do you think it's global warming?
Climate change.
Do you think it is?
Sure.
You're not going to call it global warming?
Yeah, I don't know.
Gets dangerous.
Gets dangerous.
All right, this one's for your alley. Next topic on the horizon. This lady was called the Knocker Up. Hired to ensure people would wake up on time for their jobs. She earned 6 pence a week shooting dried peas at sleeping workers' windows in East London in the 1930s. How you like that?
That's
Classic
funny.
cool, right?
Yeah, totally.
Question, top comment. Who woke her up? Who woke her up? Who? She probably just woke up by herself. Before alarm clocks. You got to think before alarm clocks.
How did anybody get on time anywhere?
But shooting peas would work?
Well, I mean,
Shooting peas at a window?
yeah, this stuff can get annoying. I mean, I feel like people sleep harder nowadays than they ever used to, but
I mean, she shot peas at windows. That seems like your kind of job right there. Just making sure everybody's in order. Getting ready for the workday.
get up.
Yeah, there you go.
Get up.
Get up. There we go. I don't know. We enjoy coffee here on the show, but I just thought that was old school cool. So I thought you had more to say on the pea shooter since you're so all about woman power and
Well,
injustice.
yeah, but I don't know how pea shooters have to do with women empowerment. Like, it's cool that she had a job. It's cool that that's how people woke up. It's
Okay, we got your challenge coming up. You got a cool challenge coming up, but one more palate cleanser here. Kids are stupid. I love this. Kids are so dumb.
Oh, he looks miserable.
Sorry, I'm trying to get. There we go. There he is. Okay, he's stuck. Look at it. Look at him. The face of concern. Poor kid. Stuck in it, and the sister's laughing. Mm-hmm. Anyone who has. That's the face of anyone who has no kids, I believe. Oh, God. You ever get stuck in anything?
Yeah, I have a picture of a plastic tub on my head. That was stuck.
You got stuck in a plastic tub?
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
Well, my parents' store, I thought that my head could fit, and it didn't. Like, yeah, that we had all kinds of plastic tubs from candy and stuff from grocery shopping.
Yeah.
And as a child, I was like, my head can fit in that, and it did not fit in that.
That is so funny, dude. This kid is so scared. I got stuck in like the tire swing a little bit one time, but I wiggled my way out. I never was stuck for long. I was so tiny.
Yeah.
So it was a piece of cake. All right, I guess we're just burning through them. Kendra, here's your challenge today: 1990s Mentos. Now I'm gonna say Mentos, the fresh maker. Have you ever seen a Mentos commercial?
I'm gonna go with a negative.
All right, so we get to play a game here. I'm not gonna play the music because we'll get copyright striked. Okay, so here's the Christmas game that we're gonna play. I'll play the Mentos commercial, and in the Mentos commercial, what happens is, excuse me with that, a problem happens, and then you eat some Mentos, and then you solve the problem. So we're gonna see you take a look at the problem. We'll take a sip of coffee. And we'll ask you how you would solve the problem or how you think the problem will resolve. You can have two answers here, okay?
All right.
So,
ready.
All right, so here we go. Mentos commercial number 1, rolling through classic. So they're shaking hands. He's saying goodbye to his friends. Pretty important day coming up ahead of him. Painter, oh no. He sat on the bench. Okay, crap. So, how is he gonna? He sat on the wet park bench in his suit minutes before the job interview. How's he gonna fix it?
How is he gonna fix it?
How's he gonna fix it?
I take it going home and
have you seen this?
changing
Now, have
his
you seen
suit.
it?
I think so, but I can't remember how he did it.
You don't remember how he fixes it?
The wacky hijinks that did he paint the rest of his suit white?
Kendra, it's very good. Dang, I'm gonna give it to you. Ding, 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 ding. There you go. He rolls on the bench and gives himself just really, really awesome pinstripes. Really great. Doesn't that look good?
It does.
There you go. With Mentos Freshens full of life. The Fresh Maker. Ready for Mentos challenge number 2?
Yes, I am. I'm ready.
You like this?
Yeah, I warmed up. I'm ready to take it down.
We will see about that. Two friends. They're saying goodbye to each other. Looks to be some sort of international airport.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Boom. Uh-oh. You ever have this happen?
Oh, her heel broke.
Her heel broke. The guy notices. Oh, she's limping around. Okay, doesn't know what to do. Okay, Mentos comes out. You know what to do. How does she solve this issue?
I don't see any gum anywhere, so Mentos is not sticky enough.
She broke a heel, and he's really excited about her breaking a heel. He's like, should I help? She's got the Mentos.
I've got the cartoon answer.
What?
She's going to break off the other heel.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly right. 2 for 2, Kendra. Later, boom. And now she's got some flats.
Not how shoes work.
Flats are way more popular nowadays than they were back then. The Fresh Maker challenge number 3. Soccer game.
I'm ready.
How many soccer games have you played in the yard?
Never. None.
Boom. Ball goes over the fence. I got it. It's looks to be some sort of fancy get-together. We see the ball enter in the background.
Yes.
Not just a wedding, but a
fancy
bodyguarded wedding. I mean, there's some sort of security there. Very popular. Oh, hey. What are you doing? He's like, I know what to do. What is he gonna do?
He's going to...
Are you watching? Are you even paying attention?
Yes, I'm paying attention.
Okay.
He's going to... Well, he's at the wedding. He needs to get his ball back. He's going to pretend to be a waiter. He's going to grab somebody's jacket, be a waiter.
We'll see. Stole some flowers.
Congratulations.
He pretends he knows them. All right, 2 for 3 right now. Waiter, incorrect. Just ask to get the ball. I see. You don't know anybody, but you gave the congratulations, and that's a good spirit. Ready?
Ready.
We'll do a few more of these, and then we'll move on. The red carpet. I sense you're getting bored.
What?
I sense it. Okay. All right. Good. Well, we can split it in 2. We can do this next week too. So okay, we don't have to do all of them. Mentos challenge. We'll red carpet. You're 2 for 3. Want to go 3 for 5 here. Okay. Red carpet event. Hey. Press only. Did he eat the Mentos? He did. I think he ate the Mentos right there. I think that was the Mentos. Can't get in. What is he gonna do?
He's going.
I don't want to play too much.
So
he jumped the red carpet event. Went to the guy. He said, "Press only" was the sign. That's the premise. Press only. And now
Maybe
he sees.
well, the obvious answer would be that he's going to be her press.
Mentos, there it is. He brings out his Insta camera.
Turns his hat around. That's how you know.
Mentos, the fresh maker. All right, we'll do one more. Fine. I said it. Okay, kissing. Okay, you'll be good at this one, right? They're making out. Parents come home. What do we do? The whole family's here. I don't know. Oh, Kendra, you're going to do really good in this one.
Well, that is
Just
awfully
kidding.
presumptuous.
All right, okay, so she's looking and... Okay. They're looking. Here come the parents upstairs. He's in the room. Here they come. That's a pretty cool house. Mentos, what is she going to do?
Why can't he climb out the window? What's wrong with the window?
You're thinking too real life. Go for the window. We'll find out. Is it window? No! He pulled the Mrs. Doubtfire. He's in the makeup with the friend. Oh, and that's going to be it for the Mentos challenge this week. Okay.
That was good.
You like that? We'll bring it
Yeah.
back next week. There's only so many Mentos commercial, and once they're gone, they're gone. So we ended at the... We'll remember that. We ended at the... what do you call it? What the fuck do you call
the friend makeover day.
fucking-
The cucumber
makeup.
mask.
that? Anyway, all right. So I hope we don't get copyrighted for using that Breakbot clip earlier. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
The meme clip.
Earlier.
We may not.
We'll find out.
Nobody listens anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Nobody's listening right now anyway.
It doesn't. What do you mean? Nobody listens. Whatever. It's okay. They can find us on demand. And
That's true.
Twitch TV/Truce Now, or you can go to our website.
Shootthemessenger.net.
Makes it fantastic, and we'll edit. Oh my gosh, one last, maybe two last.
All right.
Okay, two last. Teens. I watched this video in 1950s, and how teens rebelled against society's rules, and what they said was appropriate and inappropriate. And I thought for today's standard, it's great because you're kind of seeing the same thing again. So here's the women rebelling, and these are the rebellious teenagers that you do want to see, kind of like Grease. They didn't want to see Grease, and this is real footage of what was inappropriate at that time in the 1950s. And this would be on the news saying that this is far too much. You know, these guys, you got the beat poets of the time, right? And I thought it was very, very interesting how they would you know, at the news at night, they would say like, this is how you're supposed to hang out with your friends. And then you see them outbreak into like what is called rock and roll, and the whole wave took off, and Elvis getting nuts, and then they can't control the kids, and the kids are all hysterical. Do you think this is anything about today?
I think that
They say the past is going to repeat itself, so I've been paying attention. I'm like, what part of the past are we at right now? Are we at the breaking out of social norms phase? Is this like a 60s again in the 20s?
Well, I feel like generationally, teenagers are always in a constant state of rebellion, right? So it doesn't matter when you grew up. If you're a teenager, you are the counterculture, right? You know, like
Right.
you are going to be the people that are going to be pushing back and doing the scandalous thing or whatever. Just because I think you're a teenager, not only are you young and excited and whatever. You know, it's just expected. Society thinks that it kind of has this negative stereotype that teenagers are teenagers.
Yeah.
But to answer the question of what phase are we in? Like, I feel like we are in a phase, but it's closer to, you know, it's much more negative. It's closer to the way we felt before World War I or the Civil War. You know, I feel like there's a lot of conflicting political bodies, and there's a lot of opinions that people are dealing with.
So you're thinking it's basically like 100 years ago?
Yeah.
Say more than like a 60s rebellion.
Yeah.
You know, because short hair and the thing, you see a lot of women with shorter hair and wanting the women stepping up in the freedoms. It's very 60s, 70s-esque. And you have the kids not wanting to conform to what adults do in certain ways. I don't think that the hold on them was as tight as it was in the 50s and 40s in setting up the perfect family. The problem was, like, the people in the 50s and 40s, their parents had gone through, the Great Depression and poverty, and the kids had lived in poverty. So all they wanted to do was just like, this is a better world for you. These are the rules we like to abide by, because we know we'll have food on the table if we do these things. And in the 60s, and 70s, we had an abundance, and they just wanted to rebel, right? And wanted to break out of that. Like, we don't need to conform to those rules to enjoy life, So it's kind of like a counterbalance.
Yeah, totally. I do feel like there was a lot more teenage rebellion in that time.
TikTok is now teenage rebellion, I feel.
Yeah.
Like, that's the... Oh, yeah? Really?
Well, I mean, it depends on what the kids are doing on it. I can see it abused. Remember not too long ago, it was, I'm sick and tired of all the bullies on this...
Yeah.
So yeah, of course the kids are being kids.
All right. Our final topic of the day will end on this note right here. And this is from Today I Fucked Up, TIFU on Reddit. And one person, wow, okay, it was the Ancestry DNA kit and ruining Christmas. You can imagine the time before DNA kits, it would be a bit smoother. People are holding these secrets, these family secrets, for like 30 years. And finding out that they're not related and that you're somebody else's kid, because you can now send out to there's two of them, right? Ancestry DNA and DNA 123 or something like that, right?
Well, it's 23andMe.
23andMe, that's what it is. 123, 23andMe and Ancestry.com. So it seems to be Felice, not your dad. Felice, not your dad.
Oh.
This guy said that it had the opposite thing. He found out that first cousins, who's not close with, are estranged for a long time, also had 23andMe. They matched his first cousins. So, like, these they're kind of closer than they thought they were. They've been convinced for decades his ex-wife had an affair, and his younger daughter, Karen, wasn't really his. Turns out she has been this the whole time. Not his, basically. I don't know. So, when you have this and you raise a kid and you put a kid through and then you find out 23 years later that they're not your kid, I think you still got to treat them as your kid.
They're still your,
How are you going to disown them? How are you going to disown them? Even, it's like I grew up with stepsisters and stuff like that, and I still consider them my sister. Like, like still sister rules. So, I don't know. Blood is pretty thick, but, there's also something to do with nurture rather than just nature in this aspect.
I feel like it's more about, these types of secrets are less about whether or not the child will be loved and more about, I don't want to share my embarrassment, right? It's less about whether or not I think my partner is going to reject my son and more about the fact that I can't have my partner know what I did.
Right. There's a box for Ancestry DNA to allow other close matches to contact you.
Oh.
So you can do that, and there's a story of this guy right here got contacted by a woman he never met that lives thousands of miles away from them. They eventually find out that they're from the same city, and it was Uncle Louie in a wig, basically. Long story short, your dad was Uncle Louie in a wig. So people leading alternate lives back in the 70s and days before, like, this total homogenous clump of communication existed, now getting found out years later. And I'm sure that the future will be like that. They'll be able to read our thoughts and find out what we were thinking at the time. And, so-and-so thought so-and-so was actually a dick, so it's like, well, who knows what's going to happen in the future, right?
But don't you feel like even though there is more awareness about these kinds of family situations, there's more acceptance now?
Yeah.
Like, there's way more acceptance.
This comment right here, people who were just reiterates, people who were banging away in the 80s and 90s didn't see this one coming. Damn.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Well, the Ancestry and me and DNA look so innocent until they find out they're not. They say this person works for Ancestry DNA. They say this happens all the time. Wow. So that's basically what it is. Like, who gives a shit about your history? Motherfuckers, are they related to me? Or did somebody cheat in the family? I bet they'll find out a lot, right?
Yeah, if people aren't aware of what's aren't aware of family secrets.
But
and
don't
then
you
just
want to
do
know?
this-
You don't want to go on Povich. You don't want to wait till you go on more Povich to get a DNA test.
No,
Something a little more private, right?
Totally. Like this makes way more sense, and it should be like accepted as, hey, it's not a big deal. Hey, we're family anyway. This is just fun, right? You
Right.
know, if anything, it should bring families closer together, even if they did have like a family secret like that, because hopefully in an ideal situation, yeah, I know I'm talking in ideals here, but
Right.
in an ideal situation, this family, a family wouldn't reject their family member.
Well,
you
but
know?
okay, there's two things about ancestries right now. It's like people always claim Native Americans. They always claim that they're Cherokee. My family does, but I got this Indian hair, man. It's got to be. Anyway, so they do that so you can actually check, and there's a lot of families coming up negative as far as that goes.
Yeah, it's very small percentage. I can imagine
Smaller,
that.
yeah.
If we were to really think critically about any American that has can go back several generations, not like, oh, my family came from Alice. Well, some of those people too. But when you think about it, Native Americans were here well before colonialists, and there's probably a little bit more Native American DNA mixed in than what people want to give credibility to.
So what are we, like 100 years, 150 years, 200 years old as a nation? So you go back, 200 years or 150 years, you might find a little bit more Native American roots. So every time intercourse happens again or another generation happens, then you would split that percentage in half. So at the first generation, it's 50%. Second generation would be 25 and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So we are about in the 9% to the and under to where we're at in time right now, being the generation that we are. So all right, so Seminoles, and also okay, so we had stories about people claiming that they were Native Americans and they're not. And then you find out that a lot of people, like when they get these for Christmas, the moms or the dads are like, no, we shouldn't take it. Only so-and-so. We'll just have one of you take it because we don't like what they're doing with the chemicals and it's toxic for you, and coming up with every which reason away from Sunday. Imagine that. Imagine if you did have an illegitimate child and you in the ancestry kit showed up and you'd be like, no. You'd be like, they don't work. They're bullshit, so... causing a lot of blow-ups at Christmas. There we go. At Christmas 2018, 2019 is going to bring more of that. But I thought that was an interesting story today for your holiday, for all the Christmases in you. I'm going to watch some Star Wars. I don't know. Something to do on Christmas, yeah.
That sounds like a delightful Christmas activity.
Okay, so we did it. We did the holiday show. We'll be back next Saturday, 2 o'clock, twitch.tv/truthnow, or you can find us at our website at shootthemessenger.net.
Shootthemessenger.net.
Are we putting it up? It's gonna be up. It's gonna be ready.
Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, you can totally find us.
I'm not trying to second guess. I'm just adding a little bit more while I find the song
you
here.
can find the video there. You can also you're gonna be able to download it soon, but you can find us on Patreon. Take a look at our levels. See if there's any perks you want. See if you want to support the show. Support the cause.
Yeah, support the artists in your life. Support us on. We'll just keep doing this every weekend and gaining more and more followers as we go, and that's the way we're gonna have to do it. Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I just want to have fun, and I just want to do it on the internet with some people.
There you go. She wants to do it on the internet with some people. There's a website for that. We'll see you next week, everybody.